Welcome back to another episode of Forgotten Treasures. These are films that have slipped through the sands of time but are still remembered by me and my Uncle Daryl. We've got them all on VHS and we're ready to talk about all of them. These are 3 things that make the Hobbit Trilogy awesome. Number 1, Legolas being inserted into the films. Now, if you think back to the Lord of the Rings, what did everybody love about Lord of the Rings? It was Legolas. And me and my Uncle Daryl, big fans. So I feel like the studio execs and Peter Jackson kind of did this for us, but mainly just because he's awesome. And here is a scene that perfectly exemplifies it. So this banger of a scene takes place up on a snowy mountaintop, which is always an awesome place for a scene. I think you know what I mean. So Legolas is walking along with the chick from Lost, and he's thinking there's a pretty big battle going on down there, and I better think of something cool to do to get on top of it. Oh, remember when we went down the stairs on that friggin' shield? Now, you probably wouldn't know this unless you were hanging out in the basement with me and Uncle Daryl last Sunday, which I don't think you were. Aside from being the coolest guy in all of Middle-earth, ever heard of it, is also a highly skilled giant bat trainer.
Those are my bats.
Check out what he does with his skills. Okay, he hops up onto the bat, okay? He's holding his feet, and he flips himself around, pulls out his 2 wicked swords, and here he goes. Chop, 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 7, 8, 9, down the stairs, 2, that's a lot of orcs all in one go. Awesome job, Legolas. That's why we love ya. Now, no upside down killing spree would be complete without flipping around and telling your orc how much.
Betrayal.
Daryl. Number 2, love. Now, Uncle Daryl actually has read The Hobbit like 750 times or something, he said, and his one and only complaint about the masterpiece of a novel is that there is no love in it, and what he says is every story needs a bit of love. So, here's a big problem. In the book, there's Gandalf, there's Bilbo, there's a bunch of dwarves, there's a dragon. Not much room for love, if you know what I mean. How do you solve this problem? Easy. You take Legolas, you've already put him in the film, add the chick from Lost, and you make one of the dwarves friggin' handsome. Boom. You got yourselves a love triangle, people. Number 3, the use of 3D technology and lots of green screens. You remember all those pesky practical effects from the original trilogy? Gone. Like that thing where they had to cut the table in half and spin the cameras around at the exact same time to make one character look big, and then who cares? It sucked. Gone. Make way for Ian McKellen standing in a green room holding pine cones, talking to no one. Apparently this process was so enjoyable for the man, he was brought to tears on set. And I quote, "Wow, this is so much easier than all that other crap we had to do for the Lord of the Rings movies. This is acting." Number 4, Alfred's moment of redemption. Now, up to this point in the trilogy, Alfred's been nothing but a slimy greaseball with a unibrow and disgusting yellow teeth. But this is a point where he's like, I gotta do something right. I'm gonna help this Gandalf guy. Okay, Troll's coming through the door. Gandalf sticks his blue stone in his staff, and he's like, "Listen, buddy, I'm gonna take this staff and fuck your shit up." Sorry for cursing. Now this is the moment of redemption for the Alfred character. He's thinking to himself, I'm gonna flip a coin to see if I help my best friend Gandalf or I let him get absolutely demolished by the ogre. Heads, I help my best friend Gandalf. Tails, I die. It's heads! Okay, I'm gonna go for it. I'm gonna trebuchet my entire body directly into the ogre's mouth. Boom! That was like an 80% chance shot, and he made it. I can't believe it. He's choking to death. He's using his own body to choke the ogre to death, and we'll see you next week on another episode of Forgotten Treasures. Hang on to your socks, because this one's gonna blow them off. Trust me.